What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and the more I talk about this whole Bud Light situation, the more that I realize that a lot of people they don't truly understand what is going on here. Don't get me wrong, not all, but some. Some still, they don't understand what's really happening here. They don't really grasp the reality of what we are up against. Because, every now and then I see comments from people who are upset that I make so many videos about Bud Light or about Target. Well, for one, for those of you all who might not know this by now, this is not even my main channel. This is my second channel. If you want to hear about a lot of other wild and crazy news stories, you can go subscribe to my main channel, Cinema Shogun. But for two, when I see comments like that, I know that those people don't really grasp the reality of this situation. You see, the people that we are up against, they don't back down. They don't stop. Look at how adamant they are. Look at how dedicated they are when it comes to coming after your kids. They are pressing forward every single day. It's like normal people are being attacked from all fronts, from every angle. From every angle. And you want me to be honest with you all? We have been losing this battle for years. Why? Because of the same attitude that these people have when they say, well, you're making too many Bud Light videos. Yeah, I wonder why. It's almost like we're up against some really radical people that won't back down, that are constantly pressing forward with their views. This Bud Light situation is a very small victory. One of the first victories that I can think of when it comes to this whole culture war that is being waged against your kids, because I don't have kids yet. So when I sit down and I make these videos and I get really passionate about this, it's to protect your kids. This isn't doing me any favors. If anything, it's detrimental to my career on YouTube. But I don't care, because I'm going to speak out about things that I find important. I'm not afraid to fight for what I believe in. So when you see all of these videos, understand that pressure busts pipes. We have to keep our foot on their necks. We have to keep our foot on the pedal moving forward. We got to keep Bud Light and Target and these discussions. We got to keep them relevant. We got to keep them trending. We got to keep the discussion going, because for the first time in a long time, it looks like we are gaining ground. We are gaining ground in this culture war. And make no mistake about it, I'd rather not be dealing with any of this stuff. I'd rather live in a world where our teachers weren't trying to indoctrinate kids and teach them about all types of weird things. I would love to live in a world where Bud Light isn't sending millions of dollars to a dude in a dress to promote beer to 13-year-olds who are confused about their genders. Sure, but that's not the world we live in. Therefore, sometimes we got to speak out. And to think that a few dozen or a couple of dozen Bud Light videos are so bad, when look at what we are dealing with, look at what we are up against. Every day it is something new. Every day it is something crazy. Every day they are pushing the goalpost a little bit more, and they're pushing a little bit more with all of this wild stuff. So when you see people have the balls to actually speak up and push back, and you don't have the balls to do the same thing, then maybe you should sit back and allow people like me to do what it is that I'm doing. But I am here today to talk about what some of these big distributors are saying about Bud Light, because they have some predictions. And it looks like all of these videos, they're not just me, a lot of other people are putting out as well. It looks like all of this pressure is working. And even Anheuser Busch distributors are saying that they don't think there's no coming back for Bud Light. If there's even the slightest bit of a chance that Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch make a comeback, it's going to be years and years down the line. I want to go ahead and hop into this article, but first, if you have not already, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps this channel grow, and we just hit 30,000 subs. I would like to thank all of you for all of that because I really appreciate those numbers and that milestone. But let's go ahead and dive right into this article. A significant portion of beer distributors believe the ongoing consumer boycott against Bud Light could permanently damage the brand, two new surveys found. A survey by investment firm Jefferies Group found that 65% of beer distributors expect the Bud Light boycott to continue for at least another 6 more months, and another 32% think it could be permanent, according to Brewbound, a beer industry publication. A separate distributor survey by Goldman Sachs showed most respondents do not believe that Bud Light will make a full recovery in its brand equity and market share, Brewbound reported. Goldman's survey was taken with 57 distributors who serve 200,000 retail outlets. The distributors who say Bud Light will make a turnaround believe it will take 3 to 5 years to rebuild the brand. Almost 2/3 of beer distributors said Anheuser-Busch sales volumes were down on Memorial Day. Around 62% said inventories are significantly higher in Goldman's survey. So most of these beer distributors are all on the same page that Bud Light is not going to make a comeback. The very few that think that it's possible, even they say it's going to be 3 to 5 years. So the boycott has been very effective. And to think that we should back down now, I think that's insane. I mean, really think about what's going on here. One side is coming after kids, okay? One side is coming after kids. And think about all of what that really entails. Like, I can't even go into detail about what they want to do to kids. Really think about that. That's what one side is doing. The other side is not drinking beer and making videos about Bud Light. Really compare the two. We got one side coming after your kids, wanting to do all of this wild stuff to your kids, basically wanting to take your kids away from you so you don't even have a say-so over your own children. And then the other side is what? Not drinking one particular brand of beer while also maybe joking about Bud Light online. And then you have people on our side, well, maybe it's time to chill out. Maybe, no. Obviously, you do not understand what it is that we are dealing with. And if you don't, that's okay. It's not for everyone to understand. But at the end of the day, if you don't fully understand what we're dealing with, educate yourself and sit on the bleachers. Sit on the bleachers and watch. Because other people, including myself, we got something to say, and we're not going to stop now. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, though. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and remember to always remain opinionated.